Hey everyone, welcome to It's Factor Football. Today we're talking sleepers at the running back position for fantasy football. I'm comparing the ESPN rankings to my personal rankings. I have 9 running backs on the list. Hey Genius, who is at the top of your sleeper list for this season?
Boy, I was hoping you were going to ask that question. My number one sleeper of the year is you, pal. 'Cause every time I listen to you rambling, bambling, stambling, mambling, boy, do you put me to sleep. Just saying.
All right, well, I'm going to start with my list, and I'm taking running back 35, Kyle Monangai, Chicago Bears. He showed what he could do when he got the opportunity to start and take on a big workload. He had 20 plus carries in 2 games last year. He went over 100 yards in each of them. I think he's more of a Ben Johnson guy than DeAndre Swift. If the Bears hit their potential of being a top 10 scoring offense, there's a lot of room for Monangai to put up some big numbers. My next running back, RB38, Jonathan Brooks, Carolina Panthers. He's currently behind Chuba Hubbard, but Chuba Hubbard is recently banged up. But again, that's been the story of Jonathan Brooks' young career with knee injuries. The Carolina Panthers drafted him in the second round a couple of years back, and I think they want to give him a chance to be a true 3 down back. His RB38 ranking will only climb as we move into September and closer to fantasy drafts.
Come on, man. You know who you're talking about? The Carolina Panthers? Come on, man.
All right, well, maybe you'll like my next one, and I have a bold prediction to
I
go.
doubt it.
Okay, all right. Well, I have a bold prediction to go along with it at RB39, Blake Corum, the LA Rams. Here's my prediction. I like Blake Corum to rush for 1,000 yards and double-digit rushing touchdowns. What do you think of
What?
that? Well, here's the case for Blake Corum. If Puka Nakua is going to be suspended potentially, and the Rams are projected to be one of the top scoring offenses in football, I see them leaning more into the rushing game early on in the season. He was pushing for more time behind Kyren Williams last year. I think he takes another step this year for the LA Rams.
I disagree with everything you just said. And you think the Rams are going to be like number one in the NFL and blah, blah, blah. Well, they need more than a little running game, pal.
Here's RB40, Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt, Washington Commanders. He's currently in a backfield committee of sorts with Rachaad White, who they brought in to be at least a passing down back. Maybe there's more for Rachaad White to do, but Bill last year ran for 800 yards and 8 touchdowns, and that was mostly without Jaden Daniels. I don't see why he couldn't be more effective in year 2 with his star quarterback back playing. And at RB40, that's a great price to take a chance on a talented young running back. Well, here's my next one. Maybe you'll like this. RB41, Jordan Mason, Minnesota Vikings. The Minnesota Vikings have had elite offenses in the last few years or so under Kevin O'Connell. They bring in Kyler Murray, and yes, this is a big if, but if he can reach at least close to his top potential, they should be a top 10 offense in the NFL. The only guy ahead of Jordan Mason is an aging Aaron Jones, who typically does get banged up during the year. So you could be looking at a starting running back in one of the better offenses in football at RB41.
Well, I got something to say about that, pal. They were a pretty good offense when they had Sam Darnold. They don't have him anymore, pal.
Well, here's my next sleeper, RB48, Chris Rodriguez Jr., Jacksonville Jaguars. Now, the Jags bring Chris Rodriguez Jr. over in free agency. He has ties to head coach Liam Cohen, going back to his days at Kentucky University. Now, the only guy ahead of Rodriguez Jr. is Michelle Tootin, a year 2 running back with potential, but I'm just not quite sold on Tootin, so I could see Rodriguez leading the team in rushing yards and maybe getting the red zone work as well.
Did you forget who you're talking about? The Jacksonville Jaguars? Boy, have you been tooting?
Oh boy. The Jags were pretty good last year. I think they won maybe 13 games, but I'm not sure they're going to do that again. But still, at RB48, Chris Rodriguez Jr. Now I have three guys who are not ranked inside the top 50 on ESPN. So here's my first unranked running back, Marshawn Lloyd, Green Bay Packers. Now, if you've been following the NFL the last few years, and especially college, you know Marshawn Lloyd was an exciting running back prospect, but injuries have been the problem. We head into the offseason with Josh Jacobs looking to be in maybe a little bit of trouble. Not sure if he'll be suspended, maybe not. The Packers have an efficient offense, and I think Lloyd is going to get somewhat of a workload, especially if Jacobs misses some time. You're looking at a starting running back for the Green Bay Packers late in your drafts. Here's my next guy, running back Dylan Sampson, Cleveland Browns. Everyone knows Quinshon Judkins is the 3-down back in Cleveland, but he's coming off a major injury at the end of last season. Guys that suffer that injury typically start out slow and struggle the next season. Dylan Sampson is at least going to get the passing down work. Cleveland Browns are expected to trail in most games. So I think there's a lot of garbage time work for Dylan Sampson and maybe more if Quinshon Judkins starts slow.
Well, don't they have somebody named Shedeur Sanders? He doesn't like to hand the ball off, buddy. He just likes to throw the ball and run around and scramble.
Well, here's my last running back sleeper, Nicholas Singleton, Tennessee Titans. Now, I'm not overly excited, and this is a deep sleeper, but I do see a path to eventual starting work for Nick Singleton, at least by maybe mid-season, definitely down the stretch. Tony Pollard is ahead of him and Tyjae Spears. Pollard, I don't know how excited they are about him, and Tyjae Spears has an injury history. This was their hand-picked running back in the draft, so late in the season, Nicholas Singleton might be worth stashing. Well, this has been It's Factor Football. Thanks for watching.